Yeah, my name is Andrea Altobrando, and I'm associate professor of theoretical philosophy at the University of Padova. And I am specialized in phenomenology and its applications in metaphysics and ontology.
I'm Elif Yavnik. I work as a visiting instructor at Sabanci University, Istanbul. My interests in research and teaching are in history of philosophy, feminist philosophy, philosophy of mind, and above all, ethics.
Hi, I'm Dolezal. I'm a professor of philosophy and medical humanities at the University of Exeter, and my research is mostly in applied or feminist phenomenology and around areas of self-conscious emotions, embodiment, and emerging technologies and how they relate to the body.
Yes, well, critical phenomenology is an emerging field in the philosophical debate, but we were convinced when we made the proposal that there is still a lot of work to do and to also unite people from different backgrounds to try to discuss what critical phenomenology really has to offer nowadays to contemporary society and to the philosophical debate in general. And we thought that VIU is a good place for this because it offers the opportunity to stay intensively for a week with other scholars, young scholars, PhD students, and so on. So we thought it could be very fruitful. So the idea is to have a general introduction to critical phenomenology and then to some of its applications in specific topics, and to have a lot of time for working groups and critical discussion with all participants.
Sure, yeah, I'm going to lead a session. I think I've called it Structural Shame and Emotional Privilege, which is going to look at a kind of body of feminist phenomenology work that looks at shame as a component of political oppression. So there are a few contemporary feminist phenomenologists and critical phenomenologists who've been writing about self-conscious experiences and how they relate to subordination and domination and oppression. This is really interesting, bringing the political emotions into critical phenomenology. And then I'm going to also talk about the kind of flip side of oppression, which some thinkers have characterized as privilege, or ontological expansiveness is another term that's been used in critical phenomenology, and just think through what the lived experience of emotional privilege might be in relation to the lived experience of oppression as a kind of broad category.
I want to explore the relation of Nietzsche's understanding of biology and morality, and I want to look at not just at how he thinks traditional morality makes us sick, in a biological sense as well. So I want to look at that, but not just that, but beyond that, I want to see what that relation offers us, what possibilities it offers us for extracting a positive account of ethics from Nietzsche. So, in other words, if morality can make us sick in an existential sense or a biological sense, can it also help us heal? And if so, how? And based on a Nietzschean perspective, this is what I'm planning to explore.
Yes, well, I am going to offer an introductory lecture on the background, or as I wrote in the program, the prehistory of critical phenomenology. I will discuss how phenomenology started at the beginning of the 20th century, and I will try to point out that phenomenology had a critical stance from its very beginning. And I will then consider some of the main authors of classic phenomenology to show what they still have to offer to nowadays debates in critical phenomenology. And so I will talk about Husserl, Heidegger, and of course about Sartre, and also the Italian school, so-called School of Milan, which has played a very important role in the Italian society also from a political point of view. So we'll try to show that these people in the first half until the 60s of this past century developed several ideas that can be used nowadays to tackle some social and political issues in our societies.
So the grad students who attend this seminar, I was saying, are going to acquire a considerable understanding of the sorts of discussions that are going on in the area of critical phenomenology. They're going to be able to appreciate its relevance, and they're going to be able to appreciate its relevance to what they want to work on as well. So that's what I think they would get out of attending the program.
I think there'll be opportunity to maybe read some texts that students haven't encountered before and really have some opportunity for prolonged critical discussion with others working in their field or adjacent fields in order to develop their ideas. And I think for graduate students who are in the middle of a master's or PhD dissertations could be really useful opportunity to build networks, to deepen their understanding of phenomenology and critical phenomenology, and to maybe encounter contemporary thinkers that they haven't encountered before.
I hope that the students will get, so we will become acquainted with some tools of critical phenomenology and phenomenology in general that they can apply in their field of study. And they will have the opportunity to learn how to use these tools with some worldwide renowned expert in this field. So I'm quite optimistic about the fact that they are going to really learn something that they can take home and use for their further studies, researches, and so on. One thing, so we will, after the selection, we will distribute the text that we are going to consider during the seminar, and I would strongly suggest them to try to read them in advance, at least partially, because that will make their week in Venice much more fruitful.
And I think they should know that the afternoon discussions are really important occasions. And so when I attended similar programs as a grad student, I found those afternoons really beneficial because you feel less stress, less pressure to sound smart, and way more freedom to explore together what you might be thinking or what you might want to be thinking. So they should realize the importance of that opportunity. And I'm really happy that that's part of the program.